So I'll invite you to take a big breath in and a full breath out. We'll focus today on a really nice practice. It will be overall for the whole body, and along the way we're focusing on the Hippocratic oath. Ahimsa in Sanskrit, the word means non-violence, so meaning that you'll take it easy on yourself, you'll pay attention to your breath, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind, and then all of that is uniting the body and the mind with your yoga practice today. So welcome. Take a nice big breath in, sigh the breath out. Begin to move your head side to side. Begin to reach out through your arms and through your legs. So we'll have you moving this morning from the very center of your center. So many things are fighting for our attention right now. But here you are. Welcome to your practice. Take a moment. Rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. And take a moment to really align with your breath, to feel your whole body, and to allow for a single word, a single focus for yourself that is along the lines of the Hippocratic Oath, along the lines of Ahimsa and nonviolence towards yourself, with your thought, with your actions. And just seeing that overall in this practice today, there's going to be opportunity that spontaneously you'll experience expressions of the highest form of love for yourself. So really just breathe away any limiting thoughts and get totally present for yourself. Take one more big breath in, focus on one single word that makes sense for you. And then while you breathe, go ahead and drop your arms at your sides, circle your ankles, circle your wrists, circling the wrists and the ankles. Feel your arms and legs respond to that bit of motion. Change the direction of the circle. And then let the arms rest and bend your knees so you stand your feet down on your mat. And give yourself a breath. And then pull the right knee in towards the body. Use the hands to grab your leg, to shrug your shoulders. Take a big breath in, and while you release the breath, pull the leg in a little closer to you. On every exhalation, feel the leg draw in with the use of your arms. And on the inhale, feel the leg, it floats away from you a little bit. Breathe into this pose. One more inhalation. One more exhalation. And then drop the foot down and circle the wrists around. Open and close the hands. Shrug the shoulders. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And now pull the left leg into the body. Hold on to it where it's the most accommodating. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more big breath. And then release the foot. Bring the feet to each other. Open and close the legs a few times. And now the next time the legs are to each other, pause and squeeze the legs at each other. I really like the way this exercise creates a hydrating effect into the hips, and it's a really great exercise to consciously hug the midline. So the feet, the shins, knees, thighs, hips, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, and then relax. Separate your feet, move the legs side to side. Full breath in, full breath out. Feel a sense of length in the body while the legs move side to side. The next time your knees are over to the left, pause and reach the arms away from each other. Reach the arms anywhere that feels good. For a lot of us, overhead is delicious. So breathe into the space that you create. And exactly where your feet and legs are, engage your toes, engage your feet with your mat, engage your legs, and take a big breath in to blow the breath out like you're blowing a ton of bubbles into your room. Really blow the breath out and feel the contraction in the abdominals. And take another breath. I'm curious for you if you move your head around, if that gives you any insight, any length to the neck, any relief in the shoulders. Tip the head side to side. Take another big breath in, and while the head comes into stillness, sigh the breath out. Let the head be still, sigh the breath out. And then while you breathe, roll onto the back. Pull the knees into the body and make some movement that feels really good. So trusting your body's instincts on that. While you listen, keep breathing. Twinkle the toes, open the feet, point and flex. Good. And then while you breathe, go ahead, drop the feet down, drop the arms down. For a moment again, stand the feet to each other and then move the legs side to side. So I just want you to feel the difference here and add that little bit of a hugging of the midline. And then gradually start to separate the feet. Some of the same action, the rocking side to side, powering down into the feet, the hugging in of the legs, extend out through the arms, and feel how this motion of the legs into the pelvis, into the low back can help you to feel long, long, long in the spine. Good work. And then the next time the knees are over towards the right, let yourself hang out there. Take a breath. Feel the space that you create. You can add to that space by repositioning the arms, by opening up your toes. Let your toes open. Let your fingers open. Take a big breath in and sigh the breath out. Part the lips. Let the breath have a bit of an audible sound to it. Give yourself another breath in this shape. And then as you breathe in and breathe out, I'll have you roll onto your back. Again, as you roll onto your back, go ahead, hug the knees in towards the body. Give yourself a good squeeze with the opportunity to lift the head and lift the shoulders, to feel the engagement, to feel the stretch, to feel sensation in the body. Rock and roll. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Good. If you've lifted the head, let the head come down. And now hold just the right knee to stretch the left leg onto the mat. Reach out through the leg. Reach out through the toes. Give it one more breath in. Give a little press of your right leg into the hand. So really starting to feel a little bit of a different sensation. And now within your breath, switch that. Switch that to the other side while you breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach out through the right leg as you pull in the left. Toes are energized. Left leg pushes into the hands. Switch one more time. Keep breathing. This time, hold on to the back of your right thigh. Grab the right thigh. Take a big breath in. That same engagement, pushing your leg into your hands. Not too much, not too little, just enough. See if you can lift the chest and then go for it. Lift the right heel up into the air. Now, I often say here, this might be a place you want to bend and straighten the leg. Just see, how does your leg respond to this? Sometimes I need to bend and straighten it to be sure that I've got the thigh pushing into the hands, that I have the kind of openness on that right hip that I'm looking for, and then I'm grounded into the left heel. So give it another big breath in. If you found you liked lifting the head and the shoulders and the chest, you might try that here. I would play a game with myself, trying to get my heart up towards my toes while I keep the spine long. That works in my body, so play around. Make this work for yours. Take another big breath in and a full breath out. And then give yourself a moment. Let it all go. Just let it all go, because I really want you to feel that experience. Do you notice that the body energetically wants to do that on the other side? Do you feel the body longing for a sense of balance? Take time and listen. Breathe in, breathe out. The body and the mind very much synced up with each other. Take one more easy breath in and out. Think of your single word. Move your fingers, move your toes. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs, tip your head. Alrighty, bend the knees so the feet are down on the ground. All right, again, pull both the knees in towards the body. Give yourself a good squeeze. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Any motion here that feels good. Legs can move simultaneously, or they could move in their own direction. Take another big breath in and a full breath out. Good. And now hold on to just the left leg. Stretch your right leg out. Once the right heel is grounded, hold on to the back of your left thigh. Start that steady engagement. Arms are pulling, leg is stretching, and then take your time on this side. And really free of expectations. I have one side that every once in a while I need to move in and out of this. I need to move in and out of it. And other times I just need to stay there. I just need to stay with the leg in the air. So I share that because it's never the same all the time. So really feel the life cycle of your breath supporting whatever's going on for you. Reach out through the leg, reach out through all of your toes. Take a big breath in. As your leg is pressing to the hands, the idea of lifting the heart, to lift the throat, to lift the head up into the air. Does that sound appealing? Does that sound like a nice challenge for you? Do you want to add that in? Give it a shot if you're up for it while you push down into the right heel. So really overall, the body is feeling long. The body is feeling strong. Your mind is synced up on the breath and what you're doing right now. Nothing else. You're totally present. Take another big breath in, full breath out. If the head is up, let it come down. Bend the knee, drop the leg, let it all go. Just let it all go. And if that's stillness, cool. If you need to move, cool. Take a breath. Staying seated. So over the next few breaths, if you've been still, add a little bit of movement. And adding that movement, prepare to come onto your seat. As you come into a seated position, you can just round the back and arch the back. Would it be easier if we just turn around so your legs that way? Yeah. All right, and then sit so you can stretch your legs out in front of you. Point and flex the feet a few times. From there, bring the soles of the feet to touch, so your knees are going to go out wide. And then move around here, move in a circle. This could be a really sweet time to add in a little foot massage. Roll of the shoulders, roll the head around. So now that you've spent the time on your back, warming up the body a little bit, now you can get into the movement of the spine. Maybe even smile about that. The spine loves all this juicy movement. All right, and then I'll ask you to take a seated position that feels the best for you. So on a prop, perhaps a blanket. I want you to sit just for a little bit and have you move some through the arms. So take a second to sit tall, extend the arms out to the sides of the body and reach the arms up into the air, and then let the arms come down. And take a big breath in and a full breath out. And take one more nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Again, I'll invite you to sit nice and tall. Reach your arms up into the air and then let the hands hold each other. And as your hands hold each other, lean a little to the right, lean a little to the left. Feel how the legs can ground you here, how you can create a lift. All right, and then one more time to each side. And then let the right hand come down onto the ground and lean over to the right. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Rise up and repeat that on the second side. The left hand comes down, you lean over to the left. You yawn the whole side of the body open. Come on up, take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders, shake out the legs. All right, so I'm going to invite you onto your hands and knees now. On the hands and knees here, you can do a little bit of motion around the back and arch the back. Feel how much do you involve your hands and your feet at the foundation of the pose. Moving through the neck, moving through the low back. Any spots that you notice that are tight for you, breathe into it. Get into a little bit of intuitive movement, a little bit of organic movement here. And then start to think circles and then start to let the body move in a circle. So you feel a circular pattern on the palms, you feel a circular pattern on the knees. Maybe you feel that rocking a little bit even down towards the feet. Right? So we're on our feet a lot, but we can practice in a new way to be present in our feet while we're doing our yoga. All right, change the direction of the circle. Good. And then actually what I'd like to have you do is come onto your forearms. So your elbows are under the shoulders. The elbows aren't too close. They aren't too wide. Palms down on the mat or palms touch each other. Round the back and arch the back. And what I like about this is it's a cool way to engage with the core. Push your palms down super strong. Push the wrists down super strong. Push the forearms down super strong. So keep pushing down and then hug the midline with your arms, the whole arm, both arms. Good work. Take another big breath in and a full breath out. And then through this motion, find a place of stability for yourself and move back and forth. Now in that back and forth, I want to make sure that you're not aggravating your shoulder, but you're feeling through the length of the spine. So we don't want too big of a dip in the low back, but we also don't want to create a big rounding in the upper back. So really feel this motion. Push the arms down, hug the arms in, and then in this back and forth a few times, and then let yourself just sink back into child's pose and just feel what you've created for engagement. Child's pose, a great place to pause and to think of your one word, the singleness of focus right now. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more big breath in and sigh the breath out. Good stuff. Climb up onto the hands and knees. Come into table. Knees are close. I want to have you build a balancing table. So get the knees close to each other. Stretch your right leg back. Stretch your left arm forward. I'd like to recommend that you start with your foot pushing down. Once you feel that contact point, you've got a good sense of balance, then lift the right heel. Arms and legs hug at the midline. So the tricep giving a little hug at the right side of the rib cage. Pushing down into the hand. Great. And then just go ahead, lower the hand, lower the knee, take a breath, shake it out. So we're not rushing from pose to pose here. We're really working on a sense of grounded alignment. All right, and then when you've kind of shaken that off a bit, I'll invite you over to the other side. So the knees are close and the hands are wide. When you're steady and ready in your breath, left leg stretches back. Right arm reaches forward. You feel your contact points to the earth. And then when you feel prepared for that, lift the left heel. So here again, left tricep gives a little hug in at the side of the rib. You fill up with your breath. You feel the length of the leg. And you really feel the imperfection of balance. I never want us to think that we have to have poses be perfect, especially balancing. Good. And then exit out and take a child's pose. Knees are wide, hips sink back. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Now in the child's pose, walk the hands over to one side, either one, don't sweat it, but reach through the arms and soften the shoulders. Reach back into the hips and soften the mind down towards the ground. Come into center and then go over to the other side. Find a focus in the breath. Come on into center. In the mind, preparing for downward facing dog. Come on to hands and knees. Strong and steady in the hands and in the feet. And again, this is a pose that I recommend you move in and out of to be sure that when you lift the knees, you've got a good distance between each foot. To be sure that you've got the right distance for you, that we don't want the feet too close to the hands. That hugging of the triceps at the sides of the body you were just working on, try it here. it's aligned with that idea of hugging the midline. It's just a different bit of a focus. Take a deep breath in. Feel the rewards of stretching the spine. Good. And now I'm going to invite you to bring your knees down and lean yourself forward for the start of what could be a plank pose, right? So move back and forth a few times so it feels almost like a baby push-up. Hands might go a little forward. They might have to come back a little bit, but the hips moving back and forth. Hug the triceps at the body. Hug the arms to each other. Engage with the feet. Engage with the legs. The next time you come forward, just stay there and lead with the heart, lead with the heart. Come back into a child's pose and just decompress here. Let go. Take a deep breath in. Sigh the breath out. So over the next couple of breaths, I'm going to invite you to stretch out onto your stomach. My model had to go pee. That's yoga. It happens. So I'm going to invite you to stretch out onto your stomach and right here to take some big breaths in and out. The thing I love about this particular practice here of laying down and taking big breaths is the improvement that we create in our diaphragmatic breathing. So it really helps to boost the immune system. It helps us to be stronger from the inside out in ways that really, really are lasting and that matter. So take a big breath in and a full breath out. So you're simply laying on the stomach. And as you lay on the stomach and take some big breaths, just check in. Make sure that your neck and your shoulders feel good where you are. And while you're breathing, really feel the body breathe against the mat. And feel yourself soften into your body. Cycle the breath a few times. Big inhalation, complete exhalation. Through the length of the breath, feel the subtle aspect of lengthening the spine, a little engagement of the legs hugging the midline, stretch the legs, and now bend the knees and move the legs side to side. Yeah, let your toes be free to catch some air. Let the ankles feel loose. So really enjoy this opportunity to feel your feet and your legs without it being about weight bearing on your feet. I love to look for those little unique moments in the practice that I don't experience in other ways in life. To really just experience the body and the mind in this moment of unity. All right. And then let the feet settle down. Let the legs stretch out. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And to begin, I want to have you come up onto your forearms, onto your elbows. So you've already practiced this. You don't want the elbows too close to each other. You don't want them too far away. Also, you don't want the elbows too close to your body. And you don't want them too far out ahead of you. So really find that perfect alignment for yourself. What you've already practiced also is pushing the hands down, pushing the arms down, and stretching the spine. Keep the arms engaged, and now move your head around. Move the head around. Notice where you feel a stretch in the ribs, in the back, in the front of the pelvis. Do you feel it in the legs? Some are going to feel all the way down into the ankles, right? Because we all have different wear patterns in the body. It's amazing how the body changes year after year. And the more we practice, the more sensitive we are to those changes, so we can really take good care of ourselves as we're moving through the practice year after year. So I'll invite you to take another big breath in and a full breath out, and then play with rounding the back and arching the back. So it's a Sphinx pose blended with the cat and cow motion. Round the back, arch the back. I would encourage you to stay engaged with the arms and the legs. Stay engaged with the arms and the legs. And go through that motion one more time. And then why don't you just come on down? Just give yourself a break, a little gentleness break here. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the shoulders. Take one more breath. In this pose, I want to bring your attention down your legs. So engage with the feet, engage with the legs, and now I'm going to ask you to lift your whole right leg up into the air. And I always find that we have an expectation to lift it a lot higher than it can literally lift, and that's okay. The lift is okay. Feel the sensation. Bring it down, and then repeat that on the other side. And then bring it down and repeat. So just lift and lower a few times, and I do find often it might give you a greater sense of support to keep the head down or to lift the head up. So what feels best for you is going to change, but lift one leg and then lower, and then lift the other leg and lower, and do that one more time where you create a sense of balance, and then just chill out. Just chill out and take a gentleness break. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Think of your word. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, just one more thing on your belly. Hands on the hips. Lift the shoulders, lift the heart, lift the ribs, lift your feet, lift your knees, lift your thighs. Breathe in and breathe out. Stretch through the center of the body. Take another big breath in, full breath out. Nothing easy about this, but definitely not impossible. It is challenging, and purposely so, strengthening the back. Come on down and take another gentleness break. Well done. Well done. Woohoo! I love how that creates so much good heat in the body. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. All right, in your mind, plan to come back up onto hands and knees. So I will walk you through a sequence where you might want a blanket under the knees if you have any sensitivity there. So what I'll invite you to do is step your right foot forward and start to move back and forth. This is another good place to stay engaged with the legs, to stretch through the spine. Move the body back and forth. Position the right foot in a place that you've got freedom to move. And then add into this mix, lift the back knee off of the mat. And again, it might be the kind of deal where you lift and lower it. A lot of times I like to lift and lower it to make sure that I've got a good distance. I don't want my left foot too far back, but I also don't want it too far up towards my hands. So create a distance that makes sense for your body. Find what is working for you here. Take another big breath in, full breath out. Good. Bring the knee down. Take a deep breath in, Full breath out. And this could be a really cool place to drop the right knee out to the side. So some of us might want to step the right foot out a little further. I like that in my body. That feels really good. But everybody's flexibility is different. So find your way through that. Stretch your right toes. Take another big breath in. Full breath out. And then plan to bring the knee back. And when you bring the knee back, do you want to move into downward facing dog? Right? You might feel like, I need a gentleness break. Cool. If you need a gentleness break, child's pose. But if you're feeling energized, really pumped up here with this practice, bring it up into down dog, play a little bit. Big breath in, full breath out. Before I guide you through the second side, I will ask you to come into a child's pose, settle in, use your breath. And as you're focused on the breath, notice where your mind is going right now. It's such a great place to consider the body and the mind united for your highest good. What's going to make you feel your best. It's going to help you to think your best and speak your best and act your best to yourself and to any living being. All right, come back into table and then plan to step the left foot forward and move back and forth. So of course, if something has come up and you're moving back and forth, something you did on the first side that I didn't even mention, that's the best. That's the sweet stuff right there. Go with that. Go with that. Have fun with what you're doing. So you're moving back and forth, back and forth. Over time, add in lifting the right knee and really let it complement what your energy level is like. Let it complement what the body needs. So it's really imperative that over time we use this practice to get clear. Do I need to challenge myself now? Is that going to feel rewarding? Do I need to back off a little bit? Is that what my body is telling me? Right? So that's why I don't ever hammer in like, this is what you should be doing. This is what you have to do. Move back and forth. Bring the knee up. Bring the knee down. All right. And then in the breath, if you've got the back knee up, you could bring it down and widen the left foot out to the left. Widen the left knee out to the left. Engage with the arms. Engage with the legs. Create a lot of length in your spine. And when you feel good and ready to exit out, come into table. Again, in the table pose. Do you go for the down dog or do you chill out? It is not always exactly the same. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more big breath in and sigh the breath out. Again, I'm going to invite you into table. Come on up onto hands and knees. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Fantastic. Knees close. We're going to have you build some more again on a balancing table. Stretch the left leg back. Take a deep breath in. Stretch the right arm forward. Take a big breath. And then lift the right arm up into the air. Big breath. Full breath. Satisfying breath. Good. Bring knee down. Bring hand down. Comes down. Take a breath. Move, groove, stretch it out. Recalibrate. Second side. Knees are close. Stretch the right leg back. Reach the left arm forward. Big breath in. Full breath out. Add the fun focus to lift the left arm up into the air. That range of motion is all your own. Breathe into it. Bring everything down. Knee down, hand down. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Good. Come down onto your forearms, onto your palms, onto your elbows. Breath in and breath out. Round the back, arch the back. So again, what you've worked on, engage with the arms, engage with the legs. Use what you know, and then plan to lift the knees a little or a lot. So you could look down, you could look ahead. You're going to find what works well for you. Don't let it jam you up in the shoulders. Stay open. Hug the arms, hug the legs. Take one more breath. Lift the hips. And then go ahead, bring the knees down and take a breath. Child's pose. Child's pose. Or down onto the stomach and just let go. Ooh, good. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. So feeling your own strength from that dolphin pose that you were just in, and noting where you can build the strength or where you maybe just need to back off a little bit. Keep breathing. Well done. And I'd like to have you repeat that one more time, and I want to give you the option to lift a leg into the air. All right, so prepare yourself onto the forearms, power down into the hands, use the arms, lift from the hips to lift, and then possibly lifting from the hip to the heel up into the air. Push down into the arms. And then if you bring one leg up, might be best to come on down. You want to check your alignment. You want to check your breath. You want to check your mind, right? And then when the time is right, onto the forearms, and then again, you could lift the knees. And from the lift of the knees to lift the hips. And from that lift, you could lift your second leg. And you take a big breath in and a full breath out. But like anything in this practice, I never want to rush you. That's not what this is about. So take your time, hug the ribs into the body. There's a little reach of the heart forward, but I want to make sure it doesn't give you a big dip in the back. I want to protect the back. And then when you're done, you're done. Feet are down, knees are down, hips are down and back. Take it in a child's pose. Phenomenal. Feel the glow of that. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take one more big breath in and a full breath out. And then over the next few breaths, I want to invite you to take a seat again. You can keep your butt here if you're cold. Just gonna get the bolsters here. Stretch the legs out ahead of you. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Stretch the arms up into the air. Take a big breath, lean forward, stretch forward, revisiting a forward fold because I want you to note the progress that you've made. And that may not always be in the physical expectation of the practice. So breathe. Are you more breathable? Is your mind more clear? Is your energy more balanced? Take another big breath in. Good work. I'll invite you to sit on up. Stand the right foot down on your mat and then hold your shin. And take a big breath in and a full breath out. So as the arms are holding the shin, feel the lift in the back. Feel the lift in the heart. Feel a lift in the mind. Really elevated, elevated, elevated from your heart. And take another big breath in and a full breath out. And then what I'll ask you to play with is to step the right foot outside of the left leg, which for some of us is going to be low, some of us is going to be high, but feel that the right butt sits heavy and that the heart lifts up into the air. Big breath in, full breath out. And then there's going to be a little bit of a teeter-totter effect. When I have you drop your right knee down, simultaneously lift the right foot up. And take a big breath in and out. This in itself for some is going to be cool. It's going to be good to go. You're going to be satisfied. You don't need more. If you want more, can I invite you to reach your arms, reach your heart up into the air, and then could you lean forward over the leg? Does that work for you?
It's tight.
It's tight. Would you prefer to sit up and just lift the leg? Lift your right leg? Just pull it in towards your body, like the little baby cradle thing? Or are they both tight?
They're both tight.
Good deal. You're welcome. And then I find it to be a pretty slick exit. I'm going to invite you to sit up and just slide the right leg down so the ankles are crossed. So your right ankle is crossed over your leg. I love that. And then just casually lean over the legs. So you got to crisscross and you lean forward and you take a breath. Something like that, yeah. I thought that just wasn't working for you. All right, so come on up into seated. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Bend the left knee. So you stand your left foot down and you hold on to the shin. You energize the legs and you energize the spine. You take a big breath in and out. And now while you breathe, hop the left foot somewhere outside of the right leg. And this is, I think, a playful opportunity, trying to push the foot down while you try to keep the hip grounded. And that could keep you occupied for a bit. Take another big breath in. And then letting the knee drop down, letting this left foot lift up, right? And there are sometimes I'm really cautious on my knee that it will fall literally on the knee. So I would just say watch out for that. So above the knee, below the knee, take a big breath in. And again, on the first side, I gave the option to lean and fold forward or to sit up and lift the foot, sort of like a little baby cradle of your foot and your shin. Take a full breath in and out. And again, the exit plan, when you're ready, sit up and just stretch the legs out where you've got the left leg is crossed over the right. And in that crisscross, lean forward, stretch forward. Take a few big breaths in and out. Again, I'll invite you to come into seated, unravel the legs, take a few breaths. Again, I'm going to invite you onto your back. Stretch out onto your back. Feel the whole body is grounded. Feel you're nice and long here. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Good. Give yourself one more full breath in and out. Knees bend. Stand the feet to each other. Open and close the legs. Reach your hands for your thighs and give a little push of the thighs away from you. Not too much, not too little. But in that little bit of a press, a little tractioning of the thigh bones away from the hips, away from the ribs, away from the shoulders. Drop your knees open. And then let the arms drop into a comfortable position. Shoulders heavy. Feel where the feet are in contact with each other. Feel where your body is in contact with the mat. Think of your word, one single word. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands to the thighs, gather up the thighs, step the feet away from each other, stretch the legs out onto the mat, point the feet back and forth, full breath in, full breath out. One last time, bring the right knee in towards the body. Hold on to it, squeeze it in. Take a breath. Right thigh, grab the back of it and stretch the leg into the air. Move the leg side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Right knee bends, and then stand the right foot on the left leg. Again, I would say don't stand it directly on the knee, and then you can let the knee drop over towards the left. Now I have you start with the foot on the thigh. It doesn't have to, on the leg, it doesn't have to stay there, but it's a really nice way to stabilize in the pelvis to support tension in the low back. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Arms can stretch and reach while you breathe. Take one more big breath in, sigh the breath out. Find relief in your exhalation. Roll onto your back. Let yourself unravel. This is the place to let it go. Let it all go. Second side, pull your left knee in. Left thigh, hold the back of it to stretch your leg to the sky. Leg, let it move side to side. And that pendulum movement, bend the knee and stand the foot somewhere on your leg, and then sweetly just breathe into the twist. Knee yearning for the ground. It doesn't have to get down. Breathe across the chest, breathe into the ribs, breathe into the stomach, into the waist, into the hip, down to the soles of your feet. One more steady breath. Again, let yourself begin to unravel for Shavasana after a really hearty practice here, feeling the whole body. As you feel the body, notice your toes. They are phenomenal. Notice your feet and your ankles. Feel everything starting to relax now that you've done such a phenomenal job to use all the big muscles to support the joints, to support the tendons and ligaments. Take a deep breath in. Relax your whole right leg. Relax your whole left leg. Feel the entire pelvis just soften to the ground. The hips relax, allowing for the low back to relax. And that ripples relaxation to the middle back, the upper back, the shoulders. Any tension in the body getting breathed away, breath by breath. Relax your whole right arm. Relax your whole left arm. Relax both of your hands and all of your fingers. And feel that ease in your throat, in the entire weight of your head, in your thoughts. You breathe in and you breathe out. And for a moment, while you relax across the ribs and down into the stomach, let the mind settle some more with a single thought for yourself right now. I am enough. And after you've repeated that a few times, what I'd ask you to do is to go to the words soham. Soham means I am. I am. I am that. I am enough. Soham. Soham as you breathe in and breathe out. And just as you've created a balance of strength and ease, peace and harmony in the whole body and in your mind, notice. Twinkle your fingers and twinkle your toes. Take a moment to rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach and feel the fullness of your breath. Feel your whole body. Tip the head side to side. Again, think of your one word. And as you think of the one word, do you stay on your back? Do you come into seated? Really creating for yourself an ending of your practice that feels special to you. It feels unique to you while we practice together in spirit. Allow for the hands to come together in front of the heart. Feel the connection that you have to your breath, to yourself as you head into your day. Feel connected. If you'd like to join in, we'll conclude with a song of Om. Take a nice deep breath in. You are totally awesome. Till next time, my friends. Namaste.